American General Life and Accident Insurance Company's quality of life insurance products provide living benefits and are changing the way Americans think about, purchase, and use life insurance. In a similar way, our innovative critical illness policy is helping consumers use their insurance dollars for protection in ways they never imagined. Thank you for taking a few moments to learn about AGLA Critical Care Plus.
All of us think about the what-ifs when it comes to critical illness. What if I had a serious illness that could affect my financial security? What if my family's quality of life that I had worked so hard to earn were threatened? What if I couldn't pay for my medical costs beyond my bills? That's right, the costs in excess of what my existing health insurance would cover. Have you thought about all the financial consequences associated with critical illnesses? Illnesses such as heart attack, kidney failure, or cancer. There are many expenses that health insurance just doesn't cover. Think about the income you would lose if you were to develop a critical illness and were unable to work for an extended period. How would a critical illness affect your ability to pay your mortgage, rent payments, and other bills? Your quality of life could change dramatically. For many Americans, a critical illness means a lot more than not eating out or missing out on a vacation. In a worst case, it may mean being forced from their homes or even having to file for bankruptcy. Wow, bankruptcy because of an illness or an injury. According to a recent Harvard study, that what-if scenario was the reality for about half of the 1.4 million families in America who filed for bankruptcy in 2005. The crazy part is that 75% of those families had health insurance, but they didn't have enough protection against the what-if chain of events caused by a critical illness or condition. The study showed that most of those bankruptcies could have been prevented if the average family had just another $12,000, just $12,000 more to cover their bills. Your mind may be swimming with questions and concerns, and that's perfectly normal. It just means that you care about protecting your family and their quality of life. American General Life and Accident Insurance Company, or AGLA, developed Critical Care Plus to help provide a significant safeguard against life's what-ifs. For payable claims, Critical Care Plus, AGLA's exciting critical illness insurance policy, can provide a lump sum benefit of up to $500,000 based on the coverage you select. A cash benefit all yours in one payment to use as you see fit. A critical illness or condition can strike anytime, whether you're young or old. If you think, oh, I'm young, nothing's going to happen to me, think again. An illness or accidental injury can strike anyone at any age. In fact, according to the American Heart Association, every 26 seconds an American age 20 and older suffers a coronary event. Let's assume a hypothetical situation involving a growing family and their decision to help protect their quality of life with an AGLA Critical Care Plus policy. When a family friend was diagnosed with cancer, Sam and Kim realized that everything they had come to enjoy with their home and routine could be disrupted or even destroyed if one of them became ill and couldn't work. Sam and Kim had quality of life insurance policies from AGLA, but decided they wanted an immediate cash solution if one of them suffered a critical illness and survived. Sam and Kim decided they needed a plan for this kind of catastrophe. This what-if situation happens to countless families when the breadwinner is diagnosed with invasive cancer or has a serious heart attack or stroke. In fact, according to the American Heart Association, every 40 seconds someone in the United States has a stroke. What if this were to happen to Sam or Kim someday? Both Sam and Kim saw the wisdom in protecting themselves and their quality of life, and each decided to purchase lifetime coverage AGLA Critical Care Plus policies with a lump sum benefit, Sam's for $100,000 and Kim's for $75,000. Sadly, 3 years later, Sam suffered a debilitating stroke. While still reeling from the shock of Sam's illness and the prospect of his path to recovery, Sam and Kim's immediate financial worries were relieved when Sam's claim under his policy resulted in a check for $100,000 from American General Life and Accident. The $100,000 lump sum benefit helped to replace Sam's lost income, allowing them to help meet everyday needs like house payments and monthly bills, while also helping them to pay for out-of-pocket treatment costs for his condition. We're going to end this story on a positive note. Sam fully recovered from his stroke, and he and Kim continue to enjoy their quality of life, thankful that Sam's Critical Care Plus policy had made such a difference for their family. We all would find it hard to focus on our recovery if we were constantly worried about being unable to pay our bills because of a critical illness. A Critical Care Plus policy from AGLA can help relieve some of that worry, allowing you to concentrate on what's most important, getting well. The choice is yours. Select the amount of coverage you want, up to $500,000, and choose the length of coverage you wish. You can choose the lifetime plan, or limit your protection to periods of 10, 15, 20, or 30 years. At AGLA, it's your money, your insurance, your choice. Now let's look at another hypothetical example. Bill, a hard-working small business owner, has contributed to his IRA since he began his business and is doing a good job of planning for his future retirement. Starting out, Bill didn't have as much in his emergency fund and personal savings as he desired, and he knew that if a critical illness were to strike, it could wipe him out financially. A friend referred Bill to meet with an AGLA agent, and during their meeting, they reviewed his insurance needs and existing coverage. Bill chose to purchase a $200,000 lifetime benefit Critical Care Plus policy to help protect his business and the retirement fund he planned to enjoy someday. 5 years later, Bill was confronted with a what-if situation. After experiencing persistent chest pains, Bill went to the emergency room where he learned he had serious blockages. He was one of the over 80 million Americans who the American Heart Association tells us are living with cardiovascular diseases. He underwent successful coronary artery bypass surgery, but had to miss work for 2 months. Because of his careful planning, Bill's Critical Care Plus policy was there to help. Even though his recovery time was short, Bill's direct and indirect costs were significant. The relief provided by the lump sum $50,000 cash payment under his Critical Care Plus policy helped him to keep his savings, leave his IRA untouched, and enable his business to continue with little disruption. Whether you're a small business owner like Bill or a couple like Sam and Kim, it's important to think beyond direct medical costs. Loss of income and increased financial responsibilities may be unavoidable. For example, many serious illnesses require a patient to travel and stay in another city for treatment. With AGLA Critical Care Plus, your lump sum benefit can provide the immediate cash necessary for you to receive the best medical care available, wherever that may be. Let's look at one more hypothetical what-if situation. After the birth of her first child, Allison decided to become a full-time stay-at-home mom and leave her nursing career. She found that with some lifestyle adjustments, her family was able to manage just fine on her husband's income alone, although money would be tight for a while. While disability income insurance was not available for a full-time stay-at-home mom, Allison was a good candidate for an AGLA Critical Care Plus policy. Unfortunately, 18 months after she purchased her coverage, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and AGLA determined that a critical illness benefit was payable. Allison's critical illness benefit helped her to pay the high cost of child care for her young son and to pay some of the costs associated with her cancer treatments. The benefit even allowed Allison to fly her sister in to provide invaluable moral support and help around the house during her recovery. The lump sum benefit Allison received helped her to provide financially for her family and pay some of the indirect costs of her treatment and recovery. Allison was able to focus on what was really important: getting well. If you're like most Americans, your family, your lifestyle, your retirement, and your quality of life are important to you. A critical illness is bad enough without the financial burden that often leads to overwhelming stress during your recovery. AGLA has developed its Critical Care Plus product as a significant safeguard against many of the financial what-ifs that we worry about every day. The financial hardships that are often associated with serious illnesses and conditions. If you already have AGLA's quality of life insurance, or even if you don't, you should consider AGLA's Critical Care Plus coverage. Critical Care Plus puts you in control of the what-ifs. You choose in advance the specific benefit amount you'll receive if you have a qualifying illness or condition. The choices you make today can determine the financial security you'll enjoy in the future. So, if you're between the ages of 18 and 64, take the time to learn more about how AGLA's Critical Care Plus coverage can work for you and your family today, while you're probably in good health and can qualify for this important coverage. Remember, it's your money, your insurance, your choice.